Hi everyone, I'm Lynette with Charm Grammy Crochet, and today is Wednesday, October 9th. I know that because I checked beforehand. So I just wanted to jump on real quick and show you what I've been working on for the last couple of days and some cool things that I bought. At least I hope they're going to be cool things. We'll see. So I know I showed you, I went to my granddaughter was over, let's go with that. And she wanted me to make a hat for her mom. And so I used that dazzle yarn that was my mom's in this gray and pink. Well, this is the finished hat. And it's a messy bun hat. So it's a little big for me. So and obviously I don't have enough hair for a messy bun. They're the right kind. But I think I would wear it like this. But I think I might have showed you the hat. And I totally love the hat. I love the yarn. It's such a nice, pretty, dazzly, sparkly yarn. And I had leftover from the first skein. I had 2 skeins of this, and I didn't know how much yarn it would take. Now, this hat is a hat by free on the Lion Brand website called Messy Bun Hat. And I showed it the other day, but I don't have it with me right now, the paper, my printed out pattern. So then I took that same hat pattern because see what it does to my hair when you wear a hat? But I really liked the pattern and I really liked the yarn. So I just stopped the pattern. This was the leftover yarn of the first cake or skein. I think it ended like here and I had to get to here. So I used that much of the second skein, just enough to make it come over, that little tiny bit. And so I made myself just like a headband. And isn't it adorable? I totally love it. It's just, I love the yarn. That's the whole thing. The yarn is so pretty. And sitting in the skein in my cubby, I didn't think the yarn was all that cute. I mean, it's nice. I liked it, but like this, adorbs. Made up, I think the yarn is just fabulous. I just totally love it. So that's that. And then I made my granddaughter, she had picked out yarn. We went to Joann's and they had that yarn on sale on clearance in the hanks. And so I did make her, we unhanked after that last video. And I made her this hat. It's not a ponytail hat, but it could be. It's the same hat, but I just made a drawstring. Actually, it's just a chain because this yarn is rather thick. And on the hat, the messy bun hat, the last row, I guess I should have crocheted this one more tighter here. It wasn't, anyway. On the last row, like your pattern does this, you zigzag here like that. Well, the top does the zigzag as well, except on the pattern, you just chain and single crochet to the tops of each zigzag to draw it in a little to make it, come in like this, instead of being flat like mine. Oh, I guess I could show you on my little half a head piece. So, so you take these little, and you're just chaining. So it just brings it in a little to make your head, around the top of your head. So for Maddie, and she'll probably have to wear it up, but she used to have, when she was a baby, that child had a big noggin, let me tell you. So darn cute, this big round face. But she's grown now, and she's grown into her head. It doesn't look nearly as big as it used to when she was little. So anyway, another beside the point. So I took the wovens and made this chain and put it through and drew it together. So she could put a bun through it, a ponytail through if she wanted. Or she can pull it tighter. It's like loosening up on me. And have no hole at all. Whatever she prefers. If she prefers it like this, I guess I could stitch it even. Stitch it closed. Just draw it together and stick this in the inside. She kind of wanted a pom-pom. And when I was making it, I didn't think about, I could just do the draw like this and then put a pom-pom on top, right? We'll see what she wants to do. Because anyway, I thought it was really cute to be, to have the little bow on it and be able to put a ponytail through. She doesn't like to wear ponies, so maybe that would never happen. But cute and versatile. So I will be making these hats for the others because that's cute and easy, quick and easy. So out of the skein, out of the hank of that yarn of Maddie's hat, I had this much left over. I kicked, this is what's left over of the one, and I bought two because I wasn't sure. So then she also wanted me to make a hat for her dad. So this is a Bag O' Day Easy Beanie or something. I will, sometime later on today, put the link for it. I will hope, I will try. But this is a hat by Bag O' Day. And it's this, I made his out of, this is what's left of the skein of Red Heart Super Saver. It's the yarn she picked out, and it's just in, it's called Royal. The color is called Royal. I probably could get another hat out of it, but it's Super Saver. It's kind of stiff, and I know that it will, be nicer if you wash it. I did not put a pom-pom, but this is real easy. You just, crochet a rectangle, so bring it together, sew it up, and then close up the top. Looks real cute with a pom-pom on it too. I just don't know if Stephen would want a pom-pom. So I made this, and my husband is like, that's really a sharp hat, and it looks like really huge, but it's too big for me, but it's not bad, right? He can make it, and you could, I guess, which I kind of like the idea when I tuck it in and really make that ridge puffed out, which I kind of like that on me, I don't know, on a guy, if it would look so cute, but Steven's got a bigger head than I do too. So I think this will fit him. He will definitely stay warm in this hat. So I made this one for Steve, for Maddie, for Steve. And see, it's long. You have to cuff it. So how big and fat is up to you. But my husband's like, that's really a nice hat. And so I made him a couple of hats last year. One including a ski mask. But then I just made him a regular hat too. Similar to this, actually. And to the design, make the rectangle and sew it together. So I'm like, do you want a hat like that? And he's like, yeah. Well, I had purchased this. This is teal. Oh, and I didn't bring up the ball band. What a dummy. Oh, wait, maybe I did. What did I do? I took it out of... No, I must have left it downstairs. Oh, wait, I got it. I do have it. Here it is. This is a Red Heart Reflective. And this yarn is a 5, whereas the Super Saver is a 4. And it is... The color is called Peacock. Don't tell my husband. And it is a, let's see, it's 100% acrylic minus this, I'm pretty sure, minus the metallic stuff. It's 100 grams, 88 yards to the skein. But if you see this in the picture, oh, that's probably upside down. Like, it lights up like that, supposedly. So it's 85% acrylic and 15% polyester. And it says use a 6mm. Oh my goodness, I got the hiccups. A 6mm hook, so I am. And I started this at work this morning when I was waiting to start work. What is going on here? Oh, I lost a... Okay, so I'm making this. This is the first couple of rows here. Row and a half. So I'm going to make one for my husband out of the Peacock Reflective. And I bought it because it was reflective, and he starts shoveling snow in the wintertime. And it's still dark outside early in the morning, so I thought, well, maybe this would be beneficial. And this is soft. So very soft. Now I have 2 skeins, so I'm hoping that that should be enough, because it is a 5 bulky. So anyway, it's really soft. He's going to love wearing that. So that's that. Then I was so into the hats because Maddie was making me make hats. So Maddie's family is done. They all have a hat. I have a hat. My husband is getting a hat. Now Amanda, my daughter, she saw Creative Grandma's this hat that was on Creative Grandma's website. I don't remember the name of it, and I will try to link it too if I can figure out how to do that properly. So this is a hat that she made with an infinity scarf, and this is made out of, now I know I'm not going to say it right, it's a Premier yarn. The color is called Rockefeller, the yarn is called Carnegie Hill, and it's an Isaac, that guy. I want to call him Mizrahi, you see it, I don't know. Anyway, it's this guy's yarn. And so this took just under a skein of yarn, and I'll show you what it looks like on. It's really cute. It's a little tight for me, but so that's what that looks like. It's not real long. Maybe I could have given it another row or two because I did have enough. This is the yarn I made. This is the yarn I also used to make my sister-in-law's shawl for the wedding she's going to next month. And I think I had 6 or 7 skeins of it that I had purchased at, where'd I get it? At AC Moore, like a year or so ago. And this is what's left of all of those skeins. There was a little left over from the shawl, and then a little left over from the hat. It's not enough to make the infinity scarf because she said it needed like 4, but maybe I can make her a little cowl. I don't know. I don't know what else to do with it. It's not a yarn that I think would be easy to mix in with anything else, but she's really going to like the hat, I think. In Creative Grandma's video, in her pictures, the design is much more pronounced than what it looks like in person. In mine, like, these pop out more, you know, the texture in it, and there's a texture in the design. And I think in the pictures, maybe I didn't crochet it tight enough or something, but my design tends to look more not textured, but it is a textured. But anyway, the hat's cute because the yarn is kind of cool. So, I did save this. This yarn, I forgot to tell you. It's 99 yards to the skein. It's 67% acrylic, 31% polyester, and 2% metallic. And let me tell you what, it's a very warm yarn as well. Her head will stay warm in this. She's not going to get the cowl. She'll survive without it. She has a bunch of scarves. And I can make her something else, but I did want to make her that hat. I had promised it to her, so when I was in hat making mode this weekend, she got a hat. So everybody is getting hats. And we've got scrap yarn, and I want to show you these things. I went to Aldi's today because I buy my dog's food there, you know, the grocery store. And somebody is challenging us to show our pups, our fur babies, on YouTube today, which I would love to do, but my dog, she started biting her tail again. So I gave her a bath, and I cut all of her hair off. I cut it myself with scissors. And she's a Shih Tzu poodle, so right now she does not look very cute because I did not do a very good job. But her hair is now shorter, so I think sometimes when I let her hair get too long, it irritates her and she chews on it. And she gets all these knots and chunks of fur fall out. And she does not shed. She's a non-shedding dog. But when her hair gets too long, she does... I don't know, she gets knots in it from scratching and, you know, whatever. And then she chews on those knots. And then I got clumps of dog hair all over. But her skin was finally getting healed. And there was not, like, really any more scars. And then it's like, okay, her scabs and stuff from the spring. And I needed to take her in, like, for a long time. But I've been busy because we always go to the camper, or we've been on vacation, and we've been blah, blah, blah. And so I never have time to take her to the groomer that I like. And I could take her to, I know when I'm off on another squirrel, sorry. But when I've taken her to PetSmart or those kind of stores, for grooming, she has moles, and I tell them, and I show them where she is, and she's a white dog with few big black patches, and she comes home with red spots on her white fur. So I know they're not paying attention, and they're cutting off the moles, and it hurts her. Well, then she doesn't want to go get her hair cut anymore. Plus, they're hurting her. And so I've taken her to those stores a couple of times with them since she started getting the moles, maybe 5 years ago. I mean, she's 12. So they're like skin tags, and I've had the doctors check them out, and that's what they say they are. There's moles and skin tags, and everything's fine. So, I've worn them at the pet places. She has these. Please do not hurt her. And she comes home bloody. So then I'm furious, and I'm like, okay, but I have a very good groomer, but it's just not as convenient to get to her, but I love her. But you have to take the dog in the morning, and she keeps her for 4 hours, which is fine, except in the summertime I'm really busy. And like, I don't always have, obviously all summer I really haven't forced myself to make the time to be able to get her there and pick her up in a 4-hour time frame. So anyway, to say the least, her hair was long, and now it's getting all over the place, and she's getting all healed, or she is all healed. So that's it. I'm going to give her a haircut myself, just cut a lot of the bulk off. Besides the fact that the hair on her feet is really long, and now she has little mops on her feet. It rains, and she comes in, and she's got little moppy footprints everywhere. I'm like, oh gosh, this has got to go. So, anyway, I cut her hair myself, and I gave her a bath, and she hates me now. She does not like getting a haircut. She does not like getting a bath, and she won't talk to me for a couple of days after doing that. So she's laying down in the bed in the next room, and she won't come in. Maybe I can entice her. I don't know. So anyway, I don't remember why I got off on that tangent of my dog. Oh, because I can't bring her in the video. But that still wasn't why I got off. Oh, and she started chewing on herself again then after that. So now I'm spraying her, so now she hates me even more because I bought this spray for her and again, I'm sorry, I don't remember. Oh, the dog food, because she likes the dog food at Aldi's. That's how we got there. 4 minutes later, rambling, sorry. Anyway, I went to Aldi's to buy the dog food, and it's the only dog, that's her favorite dog food, and she was out, so I had to go. And they had these really cool bins there. Look at these. Now, they had them in just white, but what fun is that? These are, each color is its own separate bin, and it's this big. I don't even know how, there's 5 of them. I didn't count. But they're kind of deep. So I was thinking, like, if I had yarns and could stick them up in there and line them up, how cute would that be, right? Yarn decoration in bright, cheerful bins. I think they were like $6 or $7 for the 5 of them. And they connect together, or you can, keep them separate. So I really liked that, and I thought some of my yarn that I have up on my shelves, it would have to be skein yarns. Cake yarns wouldn't work, or ball yarns, but I have a bunch of, I don't think the hanks would stay up in there so well either. But I thought, how cute would that be in my yarn room? And you could also use them, I could use them as project containers, like, put your, not for this little project, but bigger projects. You could, and then easily take it along with you because it's not hard, not hard to carry because it's little. So anyway, I like that. And the yarn does fit in it lengthwise too, just so you see that. You probably can't tell so much with the dark yarn in the purple, but it does lay flat if you, had projects like that. So I had to buy those, and I thought it was really cool, so I wanted to show it to you. And then the other day, I went to my favorite yarn store, my discount grocery store. So y'all know that I'm making all those dishcloths that are going to be like, if somebody shows up at your house and you need a gift for them kind of stuff. And probably my daughter and daughter-in-laws will get some too. I don't know. Anyway, they had like scrubby yarn. So I'm going to add that to, I have red and Christmas ones. And I thought maybe I would add a border of red around the, it's blowing it out. It's not a, it's a bright, it's a definitely Christmas red. And then they have blue. And I think that the blue could go with some of the other yarn, So I'm going to make scrubbies out of these. $1.29 for two. How can you go wrong? So I bought that. And I know I've talked to you guys about or mentioned that my daughter in her school, she teaches the LD kids. And they're going to do, they wanted to do it last year, but they didn't get it together in enough time. Blankets for the NICU. So my daughter's students are underprivileged students. And she works with the kids with learning disabilities. And so she wants me and the art teacher, and there's apparently another mother of another teacher that also crochets, that heard my daughter talking about it and said, oh, I want to do that too. I want to do that too. Can I help? Can I help? So I think we're going to have them make granny squares, and then we'll sew them together. And out of scrap yarn, pretty much. Mostly scrap yarn. So I have been buying, I have scrap yarn, but not enough to make baby blankets, I don't think, for more than, I mean, I don't have a ton of scrap yarn. And I was going to do, that's what I was going to do with it, actually. Not for baby blankets, but that's what they're going to do. So I did buy yarn. I have been, when I go to that store, I've been, and I'm just trying to pick up cheap yarn. I don't think we're going to actually start the kids sewing or crocheting until January, and then they'll have until I think sometime in April to finish the blankets. And they might, I talked to my daughter about having them just do loveys too, with the stuffed animal, like Z's loveys and the ones that I've made. I don't have one in here. Because that would be quick. And these kids, a lot of they don't always have a real quick, lengthy attention span. So we were thinking small projects. Loveys would be a small project. Granny Squares is a great project. Then we'll just sew them together. So I did they had these yarns. And this is the yarn I made my reader out of. So it's a 5 bulky. But I have, 5 bulkies. We'll just put 5 bulkies together and make a bulky blanket. So I've been picking them up. And again, they're $1.29 for the 2 skeins of yarn. And the bulky yarn, I think, will work well for the kids because it's bulky and works up quick. This yarn is real soft for a baby. The yarn is really, really soft. It's that Dreamweaver. And this is a 5 weight for sure. And 130. Oh, this one tells the yards. Usually it doesn't. 131 yards per skein. So they can mix and match some of these colors together. Each time I go to Mark's, which is where I buy the Dreamweaver yarn, I'm going to pick up a couple of skeins of yarn for the kids, because it's cheap and you don't even notice it in your grocery budget. And I just wish they sold hooks. They don't sell hooks. So I'm going to have to start picking up some hooks too, I guess. I don't know. I don't have a lot of hooks, and I use the ones that I have, so I'm not giving up my hooks, but I could buy them. I think I'll start getting, just some hooks at, when I go to the craft stores. Pick up a couple of hooks every time because they're not too expensive. You just buy the Boyd or whatever. Nothing fancy because they're kids and they won't take care of them. But I also bought at my Mark's store these little 4-inch scissors. They came in this little, they were like $1.50. And they had them in pink and purple, and I think I have a blue pair. I don't know if I can give the kids scissors. And I just bought a couple. I almost bought what they had. But I thought that would be nice for the kids too. But I'm not sure if I'm allowed to give them to the kids. Sharp, pointy objects. I mean, they're high school students, so they can handle sharp, pointy objects. I just don't know if it's appropriate for me to give them that. So, I don't know. I have to ask my daughter. If not, then those will go in giveaways. Then one more thing I use, and I have been looking and I cannot find again, but I wanted to buy some of these. This is what I keep my crochet hooks in. I mean, I have fancy cases that hold all the hooks, but this goes in my purse. It goes back and forth to work with me in my lunch bag. It's a pencil case. It's thin. I mean, like but it's big enough. It'll hold even a fat crochet hook, but I keep a full size pair of scissors in there. It can't poke out and break anything. If I have a pattern, I can fold it up and stick it in there. I have stitch markers in here. My crochet hook that I'm using with that project. So this was in this bag, and I just took this out of my lunch bag with my husband's hat. So I have my crochet hook was in here. I have a darning needle. I have scissors. I have a pen. I have a little piece of paper for notes. So everything that you need to crochet, and it clips together, and it's this thick. So it fits in easy in my purse, and I don't carry a big purse. It fits easy. This is a half-gallon size bag. Easy in a half-gallon size bag. Fits in my lunch bag. Like I had this with the yarn for my husband's hat is in here. And I bought it at a dollar store, and I can't remember what dollar store. I bought it not for crocheting. I bought it before I started crocheting, and I had it for another reason. And it was $1. And I love this case because of its size and its flexibility. And you can put scissors in there, and they're not ever going to poke through and poke at anything. So I wanted to find some more of those. So if you guys ever are at a dollar store and you see those, please send me an email with Lynette. I found them at this particular type of dollar store, because I will go there and buy them. Maybe they don't make them anymore because, like I said, it's been probably 2 years or 3 years that I bought that. But I really want another one of those. I want several because I would like to be able to give them to the kids, and put a pair of scissors and their crochet hook and some stitch markers in there. I don't know that they'll need stitch markers to make granny squares, but you never know. But that way they can, okay, here's some yarn. Here's all your supplies in this one little plastic baggie, and away you go. So I'm just trying to get prepared for that stuff. So if anybody sees any kind of little case like that, cheap, like I said, at a dollar store, I will, go online or go to that dollar store in my area and see if they carry them or if they can get them. But I've been to like every dollar store in my area and I don't see them anymore. So cross your fingers that somebody might see them. That's what I have been up to. Hats, a little bit of yarn. Getting ready for kids. I'm kind of nervous about it. What if they can't, they're not stupid kids or anything like that. And they're not multiple handicap kids. They are perfectly capable of learning. I just don't know how their tolerance and patience level will be for practicing and not having it right and getting frustrated. And I don't want to see that happen, because I really think that for a lot of these kids, my youngest has ADHD. He has to have something to fidget with. And he can't concentrate without fidgeting. And I think with some of these students, they have attention span issues. And if they just had something to fiddle with, that they could do better. And maybe crochet would be, I find it very relaxing. And maybe that could just be something that they could do, feel good about themselves because they're creating something, they're making something that they can give away, something that doesn't have to be expensive. Particularly in my area, because my Mark store for $1.29, you can buy yarn. And if they can afford big, huge fake nails, they can afford $1.29 for yarn. So, I really think it could be helpful to them, not only now, but like throughout their life. So And wouldn't it be cool to get another generation, you know, get them introduced to something that maybe they wouldn't be introduced to ever before. Look at my hair sticking up here. That looks really great. So anyway, cross your fingers that it all goes well, because if they get frustrated and they don't, they can't catch on, I don't know. I will be so disappointed for them. And I'm like getting all excited about this, and I've got like 3 months I've got to wait. I'm like, can't we get started sooner? And my daughter said no. I'm like, I don't want to wait that long. And apparently the other mother is feeling the same way. She is very anxious to get going too. So anyway, enough of that rambling. I rambled for 30 minutes. So thanks for watching. Thanks for sharing. I will get out of your hair. Thanks for liking. Give me a thumbs up. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe. It's free. Hit the little button. I do have a giveaway that ends in another like 5 or so days. It ends on the 15th. 900 subscriber giveaway. So please go back if you have not put a comment in, watched and commented on that video. And there is a specific comment, which I know I never do, but this time there is. So if you haven't done that, go do that. And I'm almost at 1,000, so we're going to have another giveaway soon. Oh, very excited about that. So that's what we got. That's what I got. That's all I know. Have a great day. Enjoy your Wednesday and the rest of your week. I will talk to you again soon. Until next time, happy hooking. Bye.